Hey guys, it's me Seren, back with another video. This is going to be a review of Meg Thee Stallion's SUGA EP. I know it's been like about a month since this EP came out, but y'all know I take my time doing music reviews anyway, so I'm not going to do this review in the good, the bad, and the ugly format because it's only 9 tracks. So I'm just going to go through track by track and say what I liked and what I didn't like. I also wanted to do this review because I kind of felt like my opinion on this EP was a little bit different from the sort of popular consensus that I've seen kind of floating around about this EP. So I just wanted to give my perspective for people that maybe felt a little bit differently than the general public felt about this EP. So let me start off by saying I really liked SUGA a lot. Personally, I would say that I actually preferred it to Fever and Tina Snow, her 2 previous releases. I did like Fever and I did like Tina Snow. I personally especially like Fever. I like Fever a little bit more than Tina Snow, but the reason why I like SUGA was even though it was the introduction of sort of a new alter ego from Meg Thee Stallion, this SUGA persona as opposed to her sort of Tina Snow persona that she's been using a lot, I felt like this EP is the most personal that we've seen from Meg. I feel like a lot of the times when you rely really heavily on using personas in your music, especially, well, in any, I guess I could say even in anything, you run the risk of things being like too persona heavy or like too overly stylized to the point where people are maybe not seeing the real you. I know a lot of artists have struggled with this. I know that this was actually something that kind of happened to Beyonce, was that Beyonce was like notoriously like shy, and so she like made up this Sasha Fierce persona, and a lot of her, the I Am Sasha Fierce, and a lot of her more pop-driven music was kind of routed through this Sasha Fierce persona, to the point where Beyonce started getting accusations of being a robot, being robotic. I've said this myself. You guys know that I've like been very hard on Beyonce on this channel. That it's like, I don't want to say why go to a Beyonce concert, because Beyonce is like one of the best entertainers of all time. She really is. But it's sort of like, you go to a Beyonce concert, when she performs, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. You know what you're going to get, right? You know the moves you're going to get. You know the choreography you're going to get. You know how she's going to perform it. It's going to be performed flawlessly, perfect, within an inch of its life. But it's kind of like, where is the personality? Where was the spunk? Where was the sort of personal element of it? And I kind of think Beyonce broke out of her shell with her self-titled album in 2013, and then even more so with Lemonade, she got, and then even more so with Homecoming, even though she's still in control and it's sort of still very carefully curated by her, she showed more of her personal life, she showed more of her personality. Those of us that are Destiny's Child stans, as you guys know, that I'm a Destiny's Child stan, kind of like, oh, there's that girl, like, there's that girl from Destiny's Child, like, where has she been, So I feel like you run the risk when you operate within these personas of sort of like locking out your fans from who you really are. And even though SUGA is sort of a third persona, I felt like this was the first time on out of her 3 releases that we really got to see Meg. She opened up, she talked about, personal things that were going on in her life, and I really appreciated that, and it made me like this one, I think, a little bit more than Fever or Tina Snow. So let's start out. I'm just going to go down one by one. I have it on my phone here. So let's start with Ain't Equal. I thought that Ain't Equal was a really good, hard-hitting opener. She opens up by talking about something very personal. I lost my mama and my granny in the same month. As we all know, her mom died after battling cancer. Her grandmother died as well. Her mother was her manager. We all know about the drama with her label. She talks a lot about the drama with her label on this track, as well as on other tracks on SUGA. Really opening up, about like, niggas saying they made me do it again. We're not equal. Like, I'm Meg. Like, I'm talented. Like, I am who I am. Really hard-hitting production. Really like the beat. Really like her bars. She was really spitting, and I really felt like I liked her aggressive flow. You guys have heard me talk about how I like Nicki Minaj's flow. Like, it's aggressive. Like, it's in your face. She has a charisma on a track, and Meg Thee Stallion really has that charisma on this track as well. And I thought it was a really great track to open with and to sort of set the tone for again, even though SUGA is a new kind of persona, we're going to be getting more into Meg. We're going to be learning more about Meg, more about what's going on inside of Meg's mind, instead of just, again, you know, these party songs. Not that there's anything wrong with party songs, but I appreciated seeing a little bit more, starting with Ain't Equal. I also like, I'm going to look up the lyrics. I also like the line in Ain't Equal. Let me look up the lyrics first. Another bitch shining ain't gonna dim my light. Another bitch beef ain't gonna make me fight. I never been a fan of competitive shit because I'm still a winner up against whoever it is. I really like those bars because I feel like sort of a trademark of Meg's has been trying to stay out of drama. So it's actually really ironic that she ended up in drama with her label very publicly, because like a lot of people have been trying to throw Meg Thee Stallion in all type of disputes. Like, she did a collaboration with Nicki Minaj. People was trying to like make up beef between like Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Cardi felt some type of way about like Meg saying she was writing. Meg repeatedly goes out of her way to be like, I'm not beefing with nobody. I'm not beefing with nobody. It's room for everybody. It's room for all the girls. It's room for all the rappers. I'm just gonna do me. Like, I'm not competitive. Like, I'm not beefing with anybody. But I also still like, again, the aggressiveness, you know, like the aggression of like, I'm still a winner, like up against whoever it is. It doesn't matter. Like, you could be over there doing your thing. You be over there doing your thing. You be over there doing your thing. I'm gonna be over here doing my thing, and I'm gonna fucking shine regardless, because I'm me. Like, I'm me. You're you. You know, like, I appreciated that coming from Meg on this opening track. Again, really setting the tone for like sort of some of the themes of this EP and what it was gonna be about. Like, I don't have to hate on you to stun on you. Like, I'm gonna stun on you just being me. So we might as well just move past that, you know? Like, again, really good, strong, like, bitch, we're not equal. Like, we're not equal. Like, I'm me, you're you. You're not gonna dim my light or anything like that, but like, I'm up here. If you wanna come up here, if you wanna stay down here, if you wanna be over there, all that's on you. I'm gonna do me regardless. Really strong opener. The second track on here is Savage, which is definitely a standout track. It's a fan favorite, and it actually ended up going viral on TikTok. A TikToker named Kiki ended up making a dance for it and doing the Savage Challenge that just went like super, super, super viral, not only for the dance, but also for the lyrics. A lot of people were doing like compilations for the classy, bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, acting stupid, what's happening, like showing different things that could like mean those words. A lot of celebrities started getting in on it. Angela Bassett reposted a meme that was made about her. Kerry Washington, like a lot of people, like this is one of them songs that just hits. I kind of feel like Savage could be a classic record. It has a really good cookout sort of barbecue vibe to me. Something I thought when I saw that Angela Bassett like reposted a video of this challenge was like, Meg done fucked around and made a classic. Like, this is the type of song that you could like play at the cookout and like your auntie like loves it, you know? Like, it's not too vulgar. Like, in the hook, it's like, you know, it's cute, you know, but it's hard hitting. It's something that, you know, your older auntie's gonna love. They're gonna feel like, you know, I'm bougie, I'm classy, you know. I just felt like, oh man, like Meg really got a hit with this one. And then once it started going viral, really taking off on TikTok, it really climbed up the charts as well. People love Savage from the minute that the SUGA EP came out. I like Savage. I walk around the house all the time like, I'm the hood Mona Lisa, break a nigga into pieces, had to ask some cheesy niggas down my circle like a pizza. Who said pizza? Who said pizza? I'm way too exclusive. I don't shop on Insta boutiques. All them little ass clothes only fit fake booties. I felt like on Savage, Meg, her flow was like the way that she was flowing, the way she was riding the beat. Bad bitch, still talking cash shit. Pussy like water, I'm unbothered and relaxing. I would never trip off no nigga if I had him. Bitch, that's my trash. You the maid, so you bagged him. Like, her flow was sick. Like, her flow was nuts. She was switching it up. She was switching it up in between the hooks. She was switching it up within the verses. Like, Meg has flow. Like, she has versatility. She understands how to ride a beat. She switches up her flow several different times throughout SUGA. It was, again, really nice to hear a lot of versatility in her rhymes. Also, the rhymes are very clever. They're very catchy. not that I have an issue with vulgarity, because you guys know I'm vulgar as fuck, like I curse all the time, but like it is nice to like hear lyrics that are clever and witty and not just vulgar. I'm probably gonna bring up Nicki Minaj a lot. Nicki Minaj is vulgar as fuck, but like again, Nicki Minaj is like a pro at like witty banter, witty bars, not just vulgarity, you know, using words, wordplay, metaphors, all these different types of things. I feel like Meg is really, really, really putting her pen to the test and really coming out on top. She's really good on Savage. I'm looking at the lyrics right now. What's the nastiest word on here? I don't even think she says fuck. Like, not one time on here. Like, I see bitch, niggas, like, pussy, like, you know. Oh, my line, I'm kicking bitches out they spot, Stally Chan. Hey, I say that shit all the time now. I really be, again, randomly in my house, like, I'm kicking bitches out they spot, Stally Chan, SerenSensei. Like, just clever wordplay, really good lines, punchlines, one-liners that stick around in your brain. You know, some lines that got some meat, you know, some weight to them that you can really listen to over and over. Savage has a lot of replay value. Like, now people are doing the damn Savage challenge to death, but the song itself still has replay value. And again, I can see this being a new classic, almost like something that you break it out at the cookout or the barbecue, and like mamas and aunties is even, now maybe they won't like the bitches and the pussies, but like mamas and aunties is like jamming to it. I really like this one a lot. Also, since we're currently on lockdown, I'm pretty sure Meg has been unable to film a video for Savage, so she actually recently came out with a animated lyric video for it that features the TikTok girl Kiki doing it, like doing the dance that she made up, which a lot of people have really liked and appreciated, because there's been a lot of talk recently about how Black content creators on TikTok are constantly making up these dances and these challenges that go viral. And then the white users end up getting famous and making millions of dollars and getting invited to teach the dance to motherfucking NBA cheerleaders and shit like that, and performing it in Super Bowl commercials. That's what happened with the Renegade, a young Black teenager in Atlanta made up the dance. It got co-opted, it got culturally appropriated, and some white girl was like dubbed the queen of the Renegade, and like basically became a millionaire off that shit when this little Black girl made it up. I have a lot of issues with TikTok. I feel like TikTok is an evil company. It's an evil corporation. It's owned by China, and it's used really heavily in their facial recognition software, which I'm going to talk about a little later because I am doing my video on surveillance. So we can get into that a little bit later. But she did include the girl Kiki in animation for the lyric video for Savage, because she can't film a real video right now, which a lot of people appreciated. The third track was Captain Hook, which was another really kind of fun, upbeat party track where she literally fucking, everybody was like, what is Captain Hook? What is Captain Hook? Turns out Captain Hook is a nigga with a motherfucking curved ass dick. The line like, I like my dick with a little bit of curve, hit this pussy with an uppercut, call that nigga Captain Hook. Hey, like, again, catchy, witty, like that's wit. Lyricism, taking something that, you know, people already have an idea in their mind. You know, people were like, oh, they thought it was going to be obviously like some pirate shit or some Peter Pan shit, and kind of flipping it on its head and turning it into something else. But once you hear the reference, you hear what she's trying to say, it's kind of like, oh, I get it. And now niggas from now on with curved dicks will forever be known as Captain Hook. So another just, again, fun song, really witty, really interesting, really, you know, aggressive flows, good delivery, a different flow than what she was using on previous songs. I also liked on Captain Hook that she kind of addressed, I don't feel like she was throwing shots, but I like the line of like, I'm not a rapper, not no motherfucking model, because I kind of feel like people have been taking a lot of like jabs at Meg Thee Stallion's looks. Meg Thee Stallion's gorgeous, like tall, stallion, body, pretty face. She really reminds me of Pam Grier, which I think she knows, because I felt like throughout the whole Fever era, she was going through the 70s, the blaxploitation. I was like, this bitch knows she looked like Pam Grier, and she's like playing it up. So, but there have been people that have said like they don't like her look, she's too tall, she's, you know, too this, she's too that. And I feel like she's literally saying like, well, I'm a rapper, like I'm not no model. Like, she didn't specifically go to the length of saying like, I'm not like these other girls that's just here to look cute, Young Miami. She didn't say that, Meg didn't say that, I said that. I'm not, you know, like these other girls that's not writing, that's not rapping, that's just here to look cute, that's just trying to motherfucking get by on looking cute. Like, I'm a rapper. Like, I'm a rapper, not no motherfucking model, you know? And I even feel like the video that she came out with for Captain Hook, a lot of people were complaining about the video. Again, we do know that Megan is going through issues with her label right now, and her label not funding her and having to pay for things out of pocket. I actually thought that the Captain Hook video was really cute. It was like her in the studio, and they did a little play on what we normally think of when we think of like people in the studio, rappers in the studio. That's usually depicted as like a bunch of niggas in the studio with like the girls all around. But Meg kind of like flipped it on his head, where like she was writing and they had like shirtless niggas in there playing dice, and they ended up partying. I thought it was really cool. And again, kind of interesting and subversive, which I feel like Meg likes to do. You know, it's like, this is what I like to do. Like, yeah, I do like to twerk. Like, yeah, I do like to shake my ass, whatever. And she's great at it, and she has the body for it. And it's 2020. We ain't finna argue about twerking, which we're gonna get to. But at the same time, it's like, but at the end of the day, like, I'm a rapper. Like, I'm a rapper, not no motherfucking model, which was a totally different flow than the flow that she was using throughout the whole song. Riding the beat, doing flows, writing catchy punchlines, one-liners, really keeping your interest on a song. Not everybody has that talent. Meg Thee Stallion has it. Captain Hook, I loved. Really good song. So the fourth track was Hit My Phone with Special Snowflake. I'm from every continent in Africa, Kalani. I'm not a super fan of Kalani because, again, she's one of these girls that will claim every race, every ethnicity, every nationality under the sun, but then want to run around saying nigga, nigga, nigga. But Hit My Phone is probably my second favorite track on SUGA. I really liked the funk vibe of it. It had a real West Coast funk, California, old school vibe. So I did feel like Kalani, who is a West Coast artist, brought something really cool and fun and hip and interesting to it. I really liked her chorus. Hit My Phone is really short. I do wish the song was a little bit longer, but again, I do know the backstory of the fact that SUGA got released specifically because Meg is having issues with her label, and she said she didn't know when she was going to be able to release music, so she wasn't able to drop SUGA as the full-length debut album. So she just like picked the songs that were like kind of finished and that she liked the best and put them on this EP. So there's definitely songs that are so short that you know that they're probably meant to be longer. And I will say that as much as I enjoyed SUGA, which I did love it, I felt like, again, it was her strongest release thus far. A part of me is blown that the drama prevented this from being released as a full-length, you know, debut album body of work. Because I think it would have really, really, really been great, you know, like a great debut album. Maybe she'll repackage some of these songs, finish them, and re-release them when her debut album comes out, but that is disappointing. So this is my second favorite song, Hit My Phone. Love the funk vibe of it, the sort of West Coast vibe of it. Again, a totally different fucking flow, that more of the West Coast flow. Posted, toasted, hanging at the back, made money all year, made a toast with the gack, you know, a more chill vibe. Meg Thee Stallion literally can switch up her flow on every song. She can switch up her flow on every song. She can switch up her voice on every song. She can switch up her delivery on every song. Like, the songs don't all sound the same, and yet she sounds at home on every single beat. I really enjoyed the beat. I really enjoyed the production. I'm not even a fan of Kalani, but I really like Kalani on the hook. She sounded really good. I love the lyrics. I get nasty when the moon come out and the juice kick in. Look around my system. Like, this is another really good club banger, party banger. Something that's going to come on and it's going to make people feel good. I liked it a lot. I appreciated it. I feel like I'm saying this about all of them, but that's really how I feel. I really like this release. I was watching Zachary Campbell's review video of SUGA. Shout out to Zachary Campbell. And he said that, like, Hit My Phone, he was like, I want to go skating, right? Like, Hit My Phone just, like, makes you want to go skating, makes you want to go, not necessarily, like, I do feel like if it comes on at the club or at the party, like, it's going to be a banger. But this is, like, a house party banger, like a function banger, like a go skating banger, like a, you know, you hanging out type of banger. It's not necessarily a club banger like that. It just has a totally different kind of like old school vibe that I appreciated, and I felt like it was a different sound than what we're even hearing right now. So I like that she was able to include something like that on here. The next song is Bitch, B-I-T-C-H. This was the lead single off of SUGA. It was inspired by N-I-G-G-A by Tupac. who Meg Thee Stallion said is one of her favorite rappers and one of her biggest influences. So obviously, even though she is clearly from Houston, from Texas, from the South, she has a ton of Bun B influence, so much Bun B and Pimp C influence when I listen to her and her affectations and her accent and the way that she raps and her delivery. But I do think you can also hear a lot of West Coast influence. Again, like I said, on Hit My Phone, she does a really good job on that sort of West Coast vibe. And I thought she did a good job on BITCH as well, which is a remake of NIGGA. Tupac, like, it's kind of hard to fill those shoes. So I really respect her even making this track. And I feel like Meg is really, really talented. And I feel like it was very ballsy of her to do this. And I personally feel, I know some people don't agree with this, but I personally feel like she pulled it off. Again, I feel like Meg has the aggressiveness of a delivery. She has enough charisma on a track. She's big, like, she's a big personality. Like, she's a big girl, she's a stallion, she got a big old booty, she got some big old titties, she got big presence on a track. Like, she takes up so much space, and I love that. Like, I love to see Meg Thee Stallion taking up all this space and even having, like, sort of the audacity to make her own version of this song, and I really think she did a good job. Another song where I really like the lyrics, I find myself singing these lyrics all the time. I'd rather be a B-I-T-C-H, or I find myself, I'd rather keep it real with ya. Like, I find myself singing the lyrics to the song a lot. I really like, again, that this is a sort of a girl power anthem, you know, kind of flipping the concept of NIGGA on its head. And again, as a rookie, I felt like she really did a great job. She pulled it off. She also did a video for this track. Again, this was the lead single and the lead video. So I do believe that 1501 put money behind this one, which you can tell it's a little bit of a higher production value than the Captain Hook video. It just looks really good. It's really sharp and clear. She looks really good. Her outfits, she's walking these dogs. She has this, like, snake print cat suit on, looking like a black Harley Quinn, and then it's like a scene where she got like the Xena outfit with the boobies sitting up, and she has like all these other like black girls in the video with her. She has this like really nice ponytail. She's like hanging out of the car with the furs. She's in the jacuzzi with the thong, with the booty all out, with like it looked like Houston. The skyline behind her just really, it wasn't like the best, like, plotted out video or anything like that, but I did feel like it was pretty to look at. And again, it's just like, I feel like I keep saying this, but knowing the backstory of what was going on with her and her label, I think explains a lot of the choices that were made for a lot of these videos and these treatments. And I feel like Meg is really doing the best with what she has. I feel like she's doing more than some other people that have access to way more than she does, if you guys get what I mean. She also did a really nice lyric explanation video of BITCH, where she sort of talks about the lyrics and how a lot of the times she feels like, you know, men feel a certain type of way about strong women, about independent women, about women that's not hanging all over them. Like, you know, she says, you know, I'm me, like, I'm Meg, like, I'm the stallion, I'm the person that I am, like, I'd rather keep it real, like, I would rather keep it real with you, I'm going to keep it real with you. If you don't like it, like, we don't have to do this. But, you know, the song, like, you're trying to make me something that I ain't with that. I like that she's saying that. I like Meg Thee Stallion's message. I do feel like it's an empowering message. And I like her delivery. She's not preaching. She's not beating you over the head with it. It's just like, you know, this is what it is. You know, you look me in my eyes, you're telling lies, you're bullshitting me. Like, I'm looking at the lyrics right now, like, I really like, why you wanna play with me? You know I'm undefeated. A real hot girl know how to keep a nigga heated. Say you want respect, but treat me how you wanna be treated. You told me keep it real, but you don't practice what you're preaching. Like, she's talking directly to, like, a nigga. Like, you want me to blow your phone up and come looking for you till I find you. You really want me to whoop the hoe that you fucking with till I find her. You know, niggas really be wanting bitches to fight. Like, over them. Don't fight over no niggas, please. You look me in my eyes and know you lying, man. That's fraud, bro. You know, she's talking we hear these type of songs from a man's perspective all the time, right? Of like, I'm a player, or I'm this, or I'm that. So I like hearing it from a woman's perspective. I like hearing it from a woman's perspective when it was Lil' Kim. like hearing it from a woman's perspective when it was Trina, like hearing it from a woman's perspective when it was Eve, like hearing it from a woman's perspective when it was Azalea Banks, when it was Nicki Minaj. You know, I like hearing this type of content from a woman's perspective, you know? Like, I'm going to keep it real, and I'm just going to say what it really is. Like, I know what these niggas want, and I'm going to keep it real, and, like, fuck you. Like, I'm just not doing it. Like, I'm not some little plaything. Like, you're going to call me a bitch anyway, so I'm going to just be a bitch. That's a message I could get behind. B-I-T-C-H, solid. Really enjoyed it. Next track is Rich. I know a lot of people felt like Rich was their favorite. Rich was my least favorite song on SUGA. Rich was the song that gave me the most city girl vibes, sweetie vibes. I felt like Rich was very, I don't want to call it boring, but I felt like Rich was very trendy. For those of you that saw my Nicki Minaj Queen review, I said the same thing, for example, about Good Form. I feel like, number one, a lot of these songs right now, be it Good Form, be it Rich, a lot of songs are sort of using that bounce, that New Orleans bounce type of beat, that Detroit jit type of beat. And now I know that Meg, again, is from the South, but I kind of feel like it's just trendy now. Like, it's trendy. That type of sound is super trendy. And I also felt like the content of Rich was not all that. Again, it felt like a type of a city girls type of song, like a fluff, like a filler song, like a throwaway song for the pussy raps. I don't know. I think of that type of shit as pussy raps. Maybe that's offensive to say, but I don't know how else to describe it. It's just like, whatever. You know, like, a lot of the girls sound the same, look the same, act the same, have the same type of content, same type of delivery, same niggas writing all this shit for them. I know that, like, that's not Meg Thee Stallion, so I kind of wasn't feeling this, like, overly trendy song, but I know a lot of people liked Rich the best. The people that probably listen to City Girls, the people that probably listen to Sweetie, I don't know how y'all listen to Sweetie, I don't know how y'all listen to Sweetie, but like that type of thing, it wasn't for me. This was my least favorite song. Moving on. Didn't like it. Didn't like the sound of it. Didn't like the lyrics. I mean, I guess the lyrics were fine. Like, they were still cute Meg Thee Stallion lyrics, but I wasn't impressed. So I'm actually going to talk about Stop Playing and What I Need Together. Stop Playing had Gunna. This was the second feature on the album. I like Gunna. Also, Stop Playing and What I Need were, so the last three songs were slower songs, and all three of them also featured Meg singing, and Stop Playing and Crying in the Car also substantially used a lot of auto-tune. I'm going to talk about Crying in the Car last. Stop Playing and What I Need also kind of like went together for me as well, as I don't want to call them more filler tracks. I really liked Stop Playing with Gunna. I thought Gunna was cute, like his little verse was cute. I really like Meg doing the auto-tune. I know a lot of people didn't like that, but I liked it. I thought it was really unique and interesting and different from Meg Thee Stallion. Again, I like to see her sort of switching it up. I also felt like Stop Playing and What I Need and Crying in the Car, which I'm going to talk about last, were also a little bit more personal, of Meg opening up a little bit more and talking a little bit more about how she feels personally, how she gets hurt, how she got hurt in a relationship, which was more of What I Need, and Stop Playing too. And I like that. I like hearing her be a little bit more personal. I like seeing a different side of her. I liked hearing her sing. I thought she sounded really good. I like the more slowed down tracks. I personally enjoyed the use of autotune. I thought it sounded really nice. I don't mind the use of autotune. I don't know. I grew up in the early 2000s when autotune was like everywhere. So I like these two songs. Crying in the Car is my favorite song on here. Absolute favorite. I've listened to this song a million times. I had the song on while I was painting this room. I love Crying in the Car. It sounds very personal. It sounds really emotional. I really love the lyrics. They're very, very personal and gutted, and I think the autotune sounds so good. I'm dying for a remix with Lil Durk, who I love. Like, Durk is my nigga, and Durk does the autotune thing. Dash Loaf does the autotune thing. Like, a lot of people do the autotune thing, and I think it really works. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I know a lot of people felt like they didn't like Crying in the Car, and they didn't like Stop Playing, and I know a lot of people didn't like What I Need. They didn't like these last three tracks, but I feel like that's sort of because these tracks are different. They're not pussy raps. They're not up-tempo party songs. They're not Tina Snow, you know. If this is SUGA, I feel like these slowed down, lower tempo tracks with the singing and the auto-tune and the more personal lyrics. If this is SUGA, I feel like this is Meg Thee Stallion. This is what Meg Thee Stallion is really thinking and feeling. Like, it's not just, I'm a rich bitch, something, 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 doing rich shit. It's like, all them nights that I cried in the car, I'm just turning the ice on my arms. Also, I'm pretty sure Crying in the Car was produced by Pharrell, by the Neptunes. It had that little four tune. Da, 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 It had the little gospel. Ah, yeah. That's why I keep going harder. I felt like it was inspirational. I felt like it was motivational. I felt like it was really personal. The production was on point. The beat was on point. Her lyrics were on point. Let's look at some of the lyrics. Again, deeply personal lyrics. I appreciated seeing this side of Meg Thee Stallion. It really worked for me. I need a remix with Lil Durk. Let's look at these lyrics. So, these lyrics I like a lot. People keep saying I should be the bigger person. Who's gonna worry about me when I'm hurting? I felt that lyric. I feel like that's something that Meg has really been grappling with. People talking really shitty about her, saying what she needs to do, but she's saying like, I'm hurting, I'm going through something too, nobody cares. Got one more time, keep talking that shit, and I'ma wild out and go hard on a bitch. Like, she talks a lot over the course of this whole album about like, obviously her label dispute, obviously talking about 1501. There's some stuff that's like pointedly directed at Carl Crawford. If a nigga made me, tell him do it again. Like, people that, you know, are turning against her on fucking Crying in the Car. She literally says, shit ain't the same and you say I'm changing, but I really think it's you. Mad at me because I'm elevating, but what you wanted me to do. Really great, introspective, real lyrics. Like, and that shit will really happen. Like, people will love you while you're down, or while they feel like you're under their thumb, or while they feel like you're on their side. You're saying what they want, you're doing what they want. But when you start trying to do something else or get yourself in a better position or change, grow, evolve, elevate, people aren't feeling it. I really like these lyrics a lot. You know, you're really motivating me. I'm really happy that you motherfuckers hate me. I was like, oh, Meg, do you know me? Do you know me? Because relatable lyrics are relatable. And I love the cadence of it. You know, please don't give up on me, Lord, Lord. Promise to keep going hard, hard. All of the nights that I cried in the car, all the tears turning to ice on my arms. That's why I keep going harder. Like, it's catchy, it's real, the production is great, the auto-tune works. I don't care what anybody has to say. The lyrics seem like they're really personal to Meg and what she's going through. Crying in the Car was my favorite track. I feel like it is the strongest track on here, and I feel like people don't like it because it's like different from what she's done in the past. But Meg can't stay in the Tina Snow, pussy raps, party raps, rich bitch raps box. Like, I really appreciated her trying to break out of that box, and I thought that this song was great. I literally have listened to it like a million times. I have this on repeat in my car. Like, this is the type of song that you really listen to when you're going through some hard times. And I feel like there's like some real like borderline classics on here. Like Savage absolutely is a borderline classic to me. Like Hit My Phone, up there. Crying in the Car, up there. For it to only be 9 tracks, the tracks are very solid. The one with Gunna and the last track are just like okay. Rich is whatever for my personal taste, but I don't think that any of the songs are bad. And I think that that's like really, really commendable. Again, it is unfortunate that we weren't able to get these, you know, the totally finished body of work with SUGA as a debut album as it was supposed to be. But I think Meg is like really going places and she's super talented. And I really, really like this EP a lot. So that is my review of SUGA by Meg Thee Stallion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know it took a little bit longer and we didn't do good, the bad, and the ugly format, but I didn't really think there was any bad or ugly. I really, really liked it a lot. So, food for thought as always. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. See you guys next time. Peace.